Like the reason why love and sometimes life, quite frankly, just feels so draining and so you feel so disconnected. It's really because you are out of alignment. So I want to share with you how to get back into alignment. Okay, does that sound good? Drop something in the chat, ladies. Let me know that you're here with me. Which is so funny. I'm not sure, like, can I even see the chat? Okay, there you are. There you are. Okay, we're here. Okay, before we start off, I'm just gonna say that I want you ladies to know me. Some of you know me very well, some of you don't know me at all. So I feel I have to let you ladies know like more about me, more of who I am. So I'm gonna try to sum it up as best as I can. I am a first American born citizen. My family moved here when I was 3. We come from Colombia. My family really, we had to leave because the drug war in Colombia was really bad. We all were looking for a better way of life, and my family decided we needed to leave. Now, okay, who here has watched Narcos? Like, just drop in the chat. Who here has watched Narcos? Like, I love the show. I really can't talk bad about the show. It's very entertaining. What I will say is that they had a way of like glamorizing what happened in Colombia as a way to entertain people. And I get it, drama sells. But it forced my family out of there, and I'm honestly so happy it did because I have so many more opportunities here in the States, which I'm very, very proud of. But we didn't have a strong family foundation. We didn't have a strong support system. And if you can relate to not having a strong foundation and a strong family support system, whether or not you've migrated, this can lead you to, how can I say, it's almost like I felt like without a strong family support system, you ladies are quite literally being fed to the wolves, basically. If you don't have a strong mother and father and strong family, like a village to support you, you are most likely going to struggle a ton, which is essentially what happened with me. My mom was only 19 when she had me. I didn't grow up with a dad, and I struggled a lot. But in my struggle, I was very insecure. I had very low self-worth. I had very little self-respect. I got into the wrong crowd. I partied a lot. I did drugs. And above all, I really desperately craved love. And I used my body, I used my beauty, I used the ability to have sex as a way to manipulate and get what I wanted. And I'm sure some of you here can relate, whether whether we're gonna like out ourselves or not. This is a way that women have tried to use their body, anything that comes with it, as a sense of power. Like, I'll say right now, I did not feel powerful as a child because I did not have a strong family foundation. And I desperately craved feeling like I wanted power. I really wanted to find some way that I felt like I had control over my life. So, ladies, who here grew up in an environment that they could not depend on the adults? They didn't feel very powerful. And as they grew up, they were able to find like this fake sense of power in relationships with men. Maybe later on, it was like your career, making money. Like, how have you ladies tried to find power as an adult? You can drop it on the chat, or you can just start relating to it in your own terms. But that is one thing I will say. Like, I desperately wanted to feel like I had control over my life when I really didn't. And one thing about all of this was that throughout, I would say, my young teens and my early adulthood, I never really felt worthy. And I I wanted a man's attention and I wanted a man's love. And so I would try to have relationships. I would try to meet men, but it always left me feeling empty and it always left me feeling powerless. Like even in the times where I felt like, oh, I'm gonna get what I want, and like I'm gonna like this is the man that I want. I'm gonna get him. I can get what I want. And then after it just felt so empty. Who here has ever felt like that? Who here has ever felt like, okay, like I know what I want and I'm gonna go get it. I really thought I was on like Meg the Stallion. Like I was just like, yep, bad bitch, yep, that's me. Like I'm gonna get what I want. But subconsciously, I always thought my partners were going to abandon me. I always thought that they were going to leave me. I always thought that they were going to just not stick around, honestly. That they weren't going to love me, that they weren't going to cherish me. Even the partners that started off loving me and cherishing me, I was so addicted to the belief that they were going to abandon me that I made that a reality. That I literally made that happen. And even the men that were not bad men, they actually did care about me. I subconsciously like believed this so deeply that I turned it into reality. And so who here, like as I'm saying that, who here has ever seen that dynamic play out? Yeah. I'm reading the chat, sorry. I have me too. Yeah. So I eventually got really fed up with this and I was like, something has to change. Like, I've seen my great grandma struggle, my grandma struggle, my mother struggle. Like, where does it end? Like, you have to really ask yourself, like, you have to look down your lineage. You have to see what was passed down by generations. And you have to decide, like, when does this stop? When does this drama end? When do I get to be the one to experience something different? When do my kids get to experience something different? And ladies, we don't have this just with love. There's stories and beliefs that we have around money. There's stories and beliefs that we have around health, that we have around every aspect of your life. And you can look down, I'm not look down, look back and look at the generations and see what have they taught you? What was passed down to you? And when are you going to decide that with you, it's enough? When is it going to be enough? Okay, so that's what led me to this work, ladies. So there's so much more of my story that I'm feeling like just this like burning desire to tell you all, but I'm actually thinking about starting a podcast where I like really, really just like I'm gonna be slaying my shame and I'm gonna be telling you everything about my life because I think it's something that could really, really go far for you ladies to know that like it does not matter where you started. Um, who would be interested in that? Actually, like let me know since I have all you here. Who would be interested in like listening to something like that? Okay. Okay, what to expect today, ladies. So my intention is if you have an incredible experience here tonight, if you are feeling the energy from this, I'm going to show you everything that you can join next. Like, I love every person that has brought me into a masterclass, a training, a challenge, and has shared their life's devotion with me, has said, hey, I have spent years and even decades like finding a solution to this problem, and I want to give it to you. So at the end of this, if I have permission for all of you ladies, like if you love what's happening today, I'm going to show you exactly what you can do in the next steps. Like, I don't want you to leave here and be like, oh my gosh, that was so much information. Now what? Like, I want to show you what you can do after this. So with everyone's permission, I will share that at the end. But this is really about like you ladies are claiming a seat at the table that you want to be in. This is no more playing small, no more staying stuck, no more isolating yourself, like doing the things that stretch your identity. Like, I want you to see this room and like see where you're at. Like, find someone in your screen right now and like share a compliment with her. Like, find something that you can share about with another woman. Like, maybe it's her makeup, maybe it's what she's wearing, maybe it's what she's doing. Like, I want you to find someone here and be like, you know what? Love I love that you're in your car right now. Like, I love that you are walking right now. I love the pictures behind you. Like, find something, like share good energy right now, ladies. Like, this is how we get the magnetic flow going. Share something that you want. Flirt a little. Okay. After we're done flirting. And if no one said something about you, say it about yourself. Okay, so why love feels draining and unreachable, whether you're in a relationship or you're single, this can be very, very true. You don't even know how many relationships I've been in where I felt like the love was unreachable. Like, I'm literally in a relationship and I feel like I cannot reach their love. Have any of you ever been in a relationship like that where it feels lonelier being with them than being by yourself? Where you feel like there's like literally like this emptiness in you, yet you're supposedly in a relationship and you have someone by your side. It sucks. And I hope that this doesn't have to repeat for any of you ladies anymore. So what is happening though, like on the bigger picture, is we have been conditioned to operate in our masculine energy. Like, you have been programmed to operate in masculine control, in pushing and doing and being so attached to an outcome. Like, ladies, I can relate to you so much because I'm a very ambitious woman, and trust me, I don't get it right. I am not priding myself for like I always get it right. I do not. So this is when we are very outcome focused, we're very result focused. We have so many goals, so many things that we want to accomplish. And it might, like, this strategy might work well in your career. It literally will block love and intimacy when you start treating your relationship or men like they are a job. When you start trying to strategize your love life, it blocks everything from growing. Like, I want you to think about like a plant. And when you are growing a plant, like, it needs water, it needs sunlight, it needs love, it needs a healthy environment. Like, when you are operating in your masculine, that plant is literally dying. It's like putting venom on it. Like, you are sucking the life force energy out of it. And even if you look feminine on the outside, you can still be operating in your masculine energy, or a very wounded feminine, or both. And I'll out myself right now. I was completely in my both. I had a very wounded feminine and a very wounded masculine. So you could only imagine the mess that I was creating for myself. Another thing, just gonna look at my notes here really quick. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, so if you always feel like you're trying to control the circumstances around you, even if you have that energy of like, well, I can just do it better. Like, why give it to someone else when I can just do it better? And I'm not talking about this even in your love, like in your family, maybe at work. Do you ladies have that energy where it's just like, well, no, I'll handle it. Don't touch it. I'll take care of it. Or even some of you with kids, maybe sometimes your kids are trying to do something, you're like, I'll just do it myself. Or for the ladies that have husbands, trust me, I just moved with Mason. Wow, it tested me in every way because we wanted to do everything differently. Everything we wanted to do opposite. And I had to really catch myself and be like, nope, just because they want to do it a different way doesn't mean it's the wrong way. Another part that makes us feel very drained and in our wounded feminine, which I want to talk so much more about, I could talk about this for the whole time, is the shame that we are holding, ladies. We have all been through something, probably multiple things that we are holding so much shame about. And I'm talking about the things that you don't tell anyone about, the things that you hide, the things that are a deep, dark secret, the things that you don't want anyone finding out, the things that you feel terribly that happened to you or things that you did. And I can't tell you how much that is draining you. Like, there is no way to quantify how much that energy is holding you back and is holding you down. And it's not just in love, it's in literally every area of your life. And so what happens? You put on an armor, you put on a mask, you walk around like you have everything under control. Drop something in the chat, lady. Is this landing? How is that landing for you? Okay. So let me be super clear about this part. Being in your feminine has nothing to do with the way you look. You can be beautifully dressed. You can have gorgeous hair. Just a picture of me. My hair is curled. I have my jewelry on. I have my earrings. I have necklace. I have, I put this like wonderful perfume. Amber, are you here? I wore your perfume. I don't know if she's here. I'm like in this perfume. I'm like feeling good.
Yeah,
I have
here.
like my roses next to me, like, all of this like feminine energy. And I will tell you that you can still be completely in your masculine and have all the show. Like, I'll tell you an example about this woman that I know, beautiful, incredible body, also very successful. Whereas everything pink and sparkly, and she's just like bubbly and she's always smiling. And she's like one of the most masculine women that I know. And she's not masculine. It's so hard to explain this because there's just so many layers to this. Like, she's not masculine in the sense that she's aggressive. There's some, who knows the masculine women that are like just overly dominant. Like, you're like, whoa, this girl she's coming through. Like, she is like usually bossy, kind of mean. But no, I'm talking about like the undercover masculine that is constantly trying to win over her man. She's in the leadership providing mode. So she's like dating a guy for 2 months and she's like planning like his birthday trip. And I'm not just talking about a birthday trip, but like a whole 3-day excursion. Mind you, it's like 2 months of dating. She's a single mom and she has multiple baby daddies. I'm not saying anything wrong with single moms here. I grew up with a single mom, absolute warriors. But like, you have to look at like, how is this woman so beautiful, so much to offer, also successful, yet she can never be taken care of? Like, how is she the one always giving? How is she the one always in these positions where she is never being taken care of? She's always exerting herself out. Like, masculine, I want you to picture this. Everything that's going out. Every time you are moving towards something, every time you are directing your energy out, that is your masculine. Every time you are receiving something and things are coming to you, that is your feminine. That is literally the magnetism. That is why we're all here. So, do you ladies understand? Does this make more sense though when I think on TikTok, on Instagram, everything's like in my soft girl era, like in my feminine journey, like, oh my gosh, I'm so feminine today, but it's like that it has nothing to do with the way you look. Are we clear on this, ladies? Okay, so just a little quick history lesson because I'm going to try to go through this, but it has not been very long that women have been liberated in their freedom, in their education, and in their career. It's actually very recent. And it has led to incredible things. I mean, the opportunities that we have are amazing. They really, really are amazing. And at the same time, we have been like anytime the pendulum goes from like one extreme to the other, we like try to find our way back in the middle, because now a lot of women have excelled in their careers and their education, that they have completely put love, marriage, family on the back burner. Or even the ones that are like trying to participate find themselves so lost, like so confused, so unsure of how to do things. Like they're like, what the F is going on? Like, why can't I get this right? And it's because no one is teaching this. No one is teaching this. I wish to God this could be in our school system, that it could be, it just needs to be talked about so much more, because you're putting so much focus and attention on your career and on your education, but then you're sitting there and you're like, well, is he just going to come to me? Like, is this just going to magically happen? Am I supposed to magically know how to have a healthy, happy, long-lasting relationship? Like how is that supposed to happen? Why would we know that? So I would say women are there. I mean, women are even out earning men. They're living more independently than ever. But it's also leading to this. And the result of it is ages 25 to 44 are predicted to be single and childless by 2030. 45%. If that doesn't shock you, I don't know, reread it. I don't know what to say, reread it. Because it is, and then even the ones that I would say have a child, maybe they just have a baby daddy. Maybe they're not married. Maybe the father is, doing God knows what. But it's like, this is the reality right now. And it's sad and it's heartbreaking. And it's something that should be really concerning, like, to our world, honestly. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't further your career, that you shouldn't further your education. I am an incredibly ambitious woman, but love is not separate. Does that make sense? Like, it's not like I focus here, and love and family and marriage and relationship, like that'll just eventually come. It'll come. It'll happen. Like, do you know how much you need to learn to be in a healthy relationship? This is an example that I'll give you. To create $1 million business, how much do you think you have to grow, learn, evolve, adapt, fail to get to that point? Like, a lot, right? Like, to have $1 million business, you have to do a lot. To have an incredible shredded, like 12% body fat, like, do you know how many reps you have to do, what you have to eat, what you have to sacrifice, the amount of times you have to go to the gym to have that? A lot. So why in the world do we think that relationships, starting a family, marriage doesn't require that same effort, that same intention, that same sacrifice? The problem is, everyone can have a relationship. Everyone can have sex. Everyone can make a baby. Really scary. A lot of people shouldn't. Because a lot of people just don't know what they're doing. So I want you to think about like the marriage and your family life as that incredible thing that you actually have to grow, evolve, fail, try, get up and try again, put more reps in order to have this long lasting love that all of us desire. Like, that doesn't just come because, oh, I'm going to go on this date. Oh, it didn't work. Okay. I'm done. Okay. I'm heartbroken, screw men, they all suck. And, I'll eventually find my prince. I'll eventually find my king. Like, what? Why don't we dive deeper? What happened? Why do you have so many walls up? Where are the disappointments coming from? What betrayal have you dealt with? The deep pain that's happened. Like, there's so much more, ladies. There's so much more. But I think, again, we are all conditioned to think of the outcome, the result. Like, oh, I want to be married. Do you want to be a wife? Do you know what it means to be a wife? To be devoted? To let him take the lead? To be vulnerable enough to put your heart out there after so much disappointments, and he will still hurt you? Because that's just the life that we live. Relationships hurt. Not all the time. They shouldn't hurt all the time. But I mean, come on, you hurt your best friend. You're gonna hurt your husband sometime in life. So this is why I say this needs to be integrated. This is not about career, education, love. Like, this is a full immersion, this is to be integrated. This isn't to be separate. And then whatever, I'm just gonna work on myself. I'm just gonna work on myself right now. I'm not interested in dating. I'm just gonna work on myself. Like, what does that even mean, ladies? You're gonna go get more massages, you're gonna go get more facials, you're gonna act like there's no problems happening. You're gonna keep going to Pilates, you're gonna keep going to church on Sunday. That's not working on yourself. Okay? Okay. Two energies, two different purposes. Not one being better than the other, ladies. You are still able to be in your masculine when you need to. When you need to get things done, when you need to follow a to-do list. When I'm at the gym, do you think I can be in my feminine when I am trying to squat heavy weight? Like, no, I have to like harness my masculine energy and be like, okay, like I'm game face. Like, I have to make this happen. So it's not about like eradicating the masculine energy inside of you. It's just, if you want to be primarily in your feminine for love, you need to start doing things a different way. So I'm going to just give you an example here. Like, okay, who here knows all about being like passenger princess? Who here loves being passenger princess? And maybe if you're not passenger princess, who loves the idea of being a passenger princess? Not having to worry about anything. I'm just like, oh, my man's got it taken care of. Like, I'm just in my passenger princess area. Okay. So if you love being passenger princess, let me ask you this. Do you really love getting out of the driver's seat, letting go of the steering wheel, and letting him decide where to go, how to go, the temperature, the music, the area, the way they do it, how fast, how slow? Do you really let yourself even be passenger princess? Or do you have so much to say about, and this is metaphorically, this is not even, I'm not even talking about a car, but a car seems to be so relevant. In life, you want a man to take care of you. You want a man to lead. You want him to take care of things. But do you find yourself criticizing and not trusting and wanting to do things your way and judging the way they're doing it and complaining, criticizing, trying to change, trying to coach, trying to get them to do it your way? This is, ladies, I do it. I cannot even say that I am this like angel. Mason can attest. There are plenty of times when I try to take the steering wheel. So two things to this example. One, you have not healed properly. So you have, in the past, or maybe even right now, have trusted men to take the wheel that crash you into the effing ground. And they have led you nowhere. They have led you to anxiety, stress, shame, disappointment, anger, just so much hurt because you have trusted certain men in your life to drive, and they have led you to a really, really dark place. And in doing so, you have taken over the wheel and you're like, F that. I am never letting anyone drive again. I've got it figured out and I'm going to take the lead here. And so are you ladies following? I hope I'm like even like making sense with this analogy. Okay, so we're getting, especially when it comes to, yes, I will take the wheel. Yeah. So when a man isn't properly leading, our like just our safety mechanism is like alarms, and it is perceiving all of this as threats. So I don't want to undermine that we have all been in really, really awful situations where men have literally drove us into the ground. But now we have to take our power back, ladies. And our power back is not by controlling every wheel that comes our way. It is about learning how to address what happened and using it into power. Does that make sense? Like, we are not meant to take the wheel from here on out. So are you stuck in overdrive? So I want to ask you, ladies, like, how often do you find yourself overworking to the point of exhaustion? Maybe you feel like you're constantly in competition with others, feeling like you have to control everything, feeling like you have to perform more, feeling like you have to do more. Maybe you have impossible expectations of yourself. Maybe you have impossible expectations of others. Are you constantly just driven by your achievements? And now I want you to reflect on your past relationships. Were you the one leading, protecting, and taking charge? Comment in the chat. I want to see, has that been the case? Yes. Yes, sometimes. Yeah. Okay, so I'll just tell you, like, my safety mechanism was always to be with men that were in some way, shape, or form lower in caliber. And I felt, this is all happening on a subconscious level. I felt that if I somehow felt like I had an upper hand, that it wouldn't hurt so much if it didn't work out. Does that make sense? So like I attracted men that I knew, like, you're not even on my level. But I felt like, oh, I've got this one because now I can control. Now I have the upper hand because he's not even putting me in my place from the very beginning. He's like allowing me to basically tell him what to do. And at first it's kind of like, ooh, who's this like spicy mamacita? Like, ooh, I kind of like that. And you're like, yeah, that's me. I know what I want. I know what I like. I'm going to tell you exactly how I like it. And at first it like feels good because it's your ego. Your ego is like, yeah, you're right. You're doing such a good job. Like they love it. They love you. And then what happens? You start getting really annoyed because you're still leading, because you're still telling them what to do and how to do it. They have no idea what to even do. I used to wear that like a badge of honor right now. Insane. I would take pride in that. Like, yep, they're following me. And not only does it lead to so much disappointment, so much heartache, because now you're literally carrying the entire relationship, because not only did you take up your role, but you took up his role, and now there's no space for anybody else because you just made yourself so freaking big that you just took over, and he's not leading. And now you're wondering why he's not leading. Now you're wondering, why don't you lead? Why would he? You just took over everything. Are you following, ladies? So this can lead to many things. This can lead to a lot of disappointment, a lot of heartache. It can also lead to cheating, either on either ends. One, because he's like fed up, because he's like, what in the world? I can't breathe. And then even on the woman's side, a lot of women will even end up cheating because they're just like, step up. Why won't you do something different? Be different. So it honestly, it leads to a lot of problems. Okay, these last two pieces, the missing link, I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna come back to that. Okay, so obviously we can understand this is the essence. Even though the picture looks cool, even though it looks like such a boss babe, we're pretty burnt out, right? We're pretty burnt out. So we're gonna take a quick second to just reconnect with our body, because I know that was a lot. That was a lot of information. You ladies, your minds are probably like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So we're just gonna take a second and we're just gonna move from our head back to our body. So go ahead wherever you're at. If you're seated, if you're sitting, if you're standing, it doesn't matter. Let's just take a couple deep breaths together. I think I hear someone's phone. So if someone is, I don't know if someone has their, okay. So let's just take one, we're gonna take a really big inhale in through the nose, and then you're gonna exhale out through your body. It helps me to like put one hand on my chest, one hand on my stomach, and just like actually feel the air coming in. So just take a big, deep inhale in. Exhale out. Take another deep inhale in. Exhale out. Let this last one be your biggest one. Go ahead and take a deep inhale in. Exhale out. Just take a couple more breaths here at your own pace. And I want you to really just, I want you to feel your mind being open to this new information. I want you to feel your heart starting to soften. I want you to feel your shoulders relaxing. And as you're learning all of this new information, I want to remind you that it's all for your greater good. And you got here today, and whether you're watching this live or on the replay, something is calling you right now. There's a whisper. It's asking you to change. It's asking you to grow, to evolve, to shed all the baggage, all the things that you've been holding on to. The reason why you're here on this call is because something is calling you for more. And it is up to you to decide whether or not you are going to answer that call. That's all this is. Nothing is a coincidence. Everything is happening for your good, the bad, the ugly, the scary, the unknown. Everything is happening for you. And all that matters is how you decide to respond. So take another deep inhale in. Exhale out. Wonderful. How did that feel? Oh, that always just feels so nice. My gosh. Okay. So that is just a little tiny thing of how we're just connecting back to our bodies. Okay. I want to share with you the superpowers that you ladies have that you really, really don't think you have. Vulnerability is key in all of this. So, one of the most powerful aspects of feminine energy is vulnerability. And it is what most of us, if not all of us, completely avoid. We completely avoid. And this is where it comes down to like, I am starting this new thing and we are going together, we are going to be slaying our shame. And you are going to be turning the shame that you have into power. So even though you may feel the need to control things, you may feel like you want to avoid getting hurt, I want to show you how keeping your heart open and how being vulnerable is actually exactly what you need. So true feminine power is about being open, trusting, and allowing yourself to receive love. So it is about being open, trusting, and allowing yourself to receive love. Do you know how hard it is to trust that life is always happening for you and not to you? That all of the things, even the most painful moments of your life, are happening for you? Do you know how hard it is to believe that? It's not easy. And that is literally why this is your superpower. So you ladies saw how I have been very vulnerable this year, even just sharing what's happened with Mason and I and what we've gone through this year and how we're still basically restoring our marriage. We're still trying to put the pieces back together of a really painful year. And obviously I share with you because I know that it helps you all. I know that sharing that is like the deep connection that we all crave. But you know why I also share it is for me. Is so that I don't hold on to that pain, so that I don't hold on to that shame, so that I don't bottle it up and let it harbor and like fester in my soul, in my heart, and it block me from connecting with you, with him, with everyone, with my God-given purpose. The more that you try to block and harbor all of that pain, the more that you block yourself from experiencing that love that you all desire. Does that make sense? Do you see how like I share it with you so that you can learn from it, but I also share it with myself so that it doesn't trap me. It doesn't put chains on me. I don't label myself. I don't create these stories around me being unworthy and me being unlovable and what will people think? And you know what? For a while I did. Last year, if you would have asked me what did I do last year, that's what I did last year. I hid. I didn't want to share anything. I thought, who am I to be teaching women about love, to be teaching women about relationships, and I'm going through all of this in my marriage? And I put shame on myself. I hid, I shrunk, and then guess what? It was the worst year of my business. It was the worst year of my marriage and the worst year of my business because I had so much stuck energy harboring inside. I was trying to like don't see my fears, don't see my insecurities, don't really see me. Like, oh my gosh, you're gonna judge me. What are people gonna think about me? I have to hide. No, nobody can see. Nobody can see. And what did I do? Do you see how you're trying to? And it's so funny. It's like you're trying to hide something, but everyone knows something's wrong. Maybe they don't know exactly what's wrong, But you guys think that you're it's so funny. Like it makes me laugh because like we think our insecurities are hidden. We think that nobody knows my insecurities. People know. Your friends know, your family know, strangers know. But we think we're hiding it so well. We're not. But nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to sit you down, look at you straight in the face and like, what's going on? What are you hiding? What are you trying to keep a secret? Why don't you want anyone to see this? If they see it, what will they say about you? What meaning are you giving that? Who here, you don't have to say what, who here is hiding something right now? Whether it's in your past, whether it's in your present, whether you're scared of something, who here is hiding something? Maybe it's about money. Maybe it's about love. Maybe it's about your kids. Maybe it's about your marriage. I don't know what it is, but who here is hiding something? You don't have to share what. We're not gonna go all that. Yep, me. Yes. What am I not hiding? And the thing is, ladies, is like we really think that nobody knows. Like it's just a secret. But so you're blocking yourself from telling people what you're really hiding, but everybody knows, but you're just like swallowing your venom. And it's literally destroying you. Like it is hurting your soul so much. And it's not, you will never ever feel fully free and fully in your power when you are hiding all of this. Okay, there's so much more that I could fucking share about that, but like just for time's sake, we'll move on. Okay, so superpower, joy and radiance, ladies. Feminine energy is radiant. It is full of love, light, joy, life. Like when you embody joy, you become magnetic. Leave the drama for your mama. Like, stop with the drama, ladies. Allow yourself to experience more joy. The feminine energy thrives in being, it thrives in being in the moment and connection, in simply being yourself. But just like I said this whole time, all that pain that you are trying to hide is a part of you. You keep shaming it, so you're never allowing yourself to feel full joy and radiance because that stuck energy is not allowing you to feel this. Do you see how it's like if you have all this stuff that you're blocking, you're never really going to be able to step into the joy and radiance. Now, this is something that I really want to talk about. Okay, so I'm talking about conditional joy. Everyone write this down. Conditional joy. Like make a huge underline it, circle it, conditional joy. A lot of us have the tendency to only feel joy, to feel abundant, to feel love, to feel alive when things are going our way. And it is a conditional way of living. It's a conditional joy. So when my partner treats me like this, when I find a man, when my boss is doing this, when my coworkers are doing this, when the cashier is treating me like this, when traffic is going like this, when my kids are doing this, when my teacher is doing this, it's like, it's such a limited way of being. And your joy is so conditional. Everything has to be going right in order for you to feel joy, in order for you to feel radiant. Please tell me when life actually gives us what we want. Half the time it's not. Probably more. Probably a lot of times. Life isn't necessarily giving you what you want, but it is giving you what you need to grow. And it's definitely giving you all the beautiful material to still pick joy. So if who here now, like think about it, even do like a daily, like this week. Think about all the times that you got upset, all the times that things bothered you, all the times where you felt a little bit frustrated, a little bit angry, a little bit like, why is that happening? Why is he doing that? Why is she doing that? Why? How many times do you think a day do you feel that way? You feel frustrated. You feel annoyed. Only happy when life is going the way you want. So, what does that do? You keep your heart open if you get what you want, but you close it off if you don't get what you want. And that's why so many women struggle in love. And not only in love, but love is life, ladies. Like, love and life are equivalent. And that is why so many women are struggling it, because you only open when things are going your way and when people are treating you the way that you want, and life is happening the way that you want. And then when it's not, I'm closed. No, don't talk to me. No, don't look at me. No, I don't want to do that. No, I'm not going to keep trying. No, I'm not going to go after my dreams. No, I'm not going to put myself out there. Nope, 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 nope. Closed. Closed. Don't talk to me. How limiting is that? Why are you so bothered? Why do you have such strong preferences? Why are you so limited in the way that you allow yourself to feel happiness? Each time you are resisting life or not giving you what you want, what type of behavior does that remind you of? Just drop it in the chat. When you are resisting what life is giving you, and so you close off, you open if you get what you want, you close if you don't, what does that remind you of? Drop in the chat. Yep, a child, a tantrum. Yeah. So who's crying for help every time she's feeling bothered? And instead of learning to self-soothe, instead of learning to mature into the divine woman that you are, you allow yourself to be bothered and you're waiting for external circumstances to make yourself feel better. And when that happens, then you'll be open again. Then you'll talk to your friends again, then you'll talk to your lover again, then you'll talk to your coworkers again, but until then, I'm going to throw a fit. You could be playing this out until you're 80. Age has nothing to do with it. Drama sucks our life force out. And it is because you are giving importance to things that don't matter. Do we understand that, ladies? Are we feeling are you really getting that? An entitled child, it's like getting, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, like more about this, my gosh. I mean, like each one of these, I feel like I should do like 2 hours on, because there's so much here. And I see it all the time. You see it with your friends, you see it with your family, you see it with the people like on the street. I'm like, why are you so upset? Why do you literally block your life force energy every time something doesn't go your way? Ladies, life is never really going to go your way. And that's okay. That's great. That's art. That's fun. Like, bring it. How much better would life feel if your joy was conditional? Okay, now let's talk about magnetism. This is where we are not chasing, we are not forcing, we are not making controlling things happen. You are happy with yourself. You are making choices that align with those beliefs. You say yes to life. Life is happening for you, whether you like it or not. Maybe you're being challenged with one of the worst things. Maybe you are like, no, 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 no. Life, why are you giving me this? And instead, you're just like, Okay. No more resisting. This breakup is happening, and it's happening now. No more resisting. I don't want to be in this job anymore. Okay, I'm going to feel it. And I'm going to feel the pain of it, and I'm going to grieve it. And fuck, I'm still single. Oh my gosh, why am I still single? Okay, no more resisting. No more resisting. Gosh, why wouldn't he just change? Why can't he just be different? Oh, if only he was different, my life would be happy. Okay, no more resisting. No more resisting. You see how much different your life could feel if you could just approach situations like that? You're like, you can either be an open vessel or a closed vessel. And every time life is giving you an opportunity to choose, but you keep resisting. You keep resisting. You keep resisting that life is giving you something, whether you like it or not. Life is giving you something. Truth is magnetic, ladies. Truth, truth, truth. And the only way that you can get your truth is if you allow yourself to go to the deepest, darkest, vulnerable, scariest places of yourself. When you can go there and you can look at it in the eye and you just embrace it. You just embrace it. And you know that it does not mean that you are any less worthy, any less lovable, any less destined for greatness. But you are hiding. You are playing small. You're not allowing people to see who you really are. And you're trying to hide it by controlling everyone around you. Feminine energy is about being, it's about attracting. You're not trying to look like a perfect woman. You are just being you. Okay, so who here in the chat, if you were to ask the closest 5 people next to you, and I'm not talking about people that you see once every 3 months because we could fake the funk with anyone. You ladies are all beautiful, bright, smart, intelligent women. And as a lady, we all know how to manipulate. You could have anyone believe whatever you want them to believe about you, but I'm talking about the closest people to you, the people who really are around you. How many of them can say, she's just such a relaxed woman? Like something about her energy is just, it's so calming. It's like, it doesn't matter what's going on in her life. Like, she just has such an open energy about her. She's so trusting in life and God that everything is always working out for her. It seems like even when things go wrong, somehow it's going good. She's just relaxed. I just really, I love being around her. Like, gosh, I feel relaxed when I'm around her. Can any of your close people say that about you? Do you know anyone that um that the way that I explain that, do you know someone that makes you feel that way? We usually all have like at least one feminine woman where you're just like, "Ah, she's just so gracious. She's so calm. Like, of course, we all have our moments, but like her energy is just, it's just relaxed. And you like being around it. You like being around it. It's such a beautiful way of being. And it's like there's no drama. There's no, like, they're not complaining, they're not criticizing, they're not faking. They're just like, they just radiate love and acceptance. And that's what I want for all of you ladies. Like, I want to take you on a journey, to take you on a transformation, to take you through a portal that will help you embody this. And it's inside of all of you. It's just we have to like get all of that junk out. Like we literally with a shovel just like get it out. Like get out all of the stuff that is blocking this. All of this is inside of you. But we gotta get rid of the rest. So this is where like the healing and awareness comes in. This is not about blaming your childhood, blaming your parents, blaming your exes, blaming your partners, blaming this, blaming that, blaming everyone has blame. Like, no. We're not blaming anybody. We are healing within. We are empowering ourselves to do something different. And we are giving a new meaning to what happened to us. I could sit here and I mean, I could say my story like it was just a sob story. Like I could put myself in the victim of the victim of the victims. But what good does that do? How do I feel after I do that? I feel like crap. I feel hopeless. I feel like I can't do anything until all of this gets fixed. Like, no, I can do something now. I can do something different. Ladies, write this down because this is really important. There is nothing from your past that happened to you that you can't change into gold. There is nothing from your past that happened to you that you can't change into gold. The beauty and the power of the feminine is that we can alchemize pain into gold. We can alchemize pain into power. That is the beauty of the feminine. I mean, just think about like labor itself. Like think about birth. Something so painful can quite literally produce a miracle. It can produce life. It can produce one of the biggest blessings ever. Like you have so much power to turn what happened to you into a masterpiece, into something that you can shout from the rooftops without pain and know, like, you know what, maybe this happened to me because I'm the woman that was meant to go through this so that I can show other women, I can show my daughters, I can show my granddaughters, I can show my sisters, I can show those around me how to handle this with grace, how to handle this with love, how to handle this with ease, faster, with more flow, with more intention. Like maybe this all happened to me so that I can create art with it. Maybe it happened to me so that I can give something from it. Whatever your art is, my art is this. This is my art. What is your art? We are all creative beings. What has happened to you that you can create art with? But instead, what have you done with it? You've shamed yourself. You've hid. You've played small. You've isolated. Maybe given up on some dreams. Maybe not allowed yourself to really feel creative. When was the last time you created something? You know, some women come to me and they tell me like, tell me their pain. They tell me where they feel stuck. They tell me all the things that they're hiding and they feel ashamed about. And they're just like, ugh, there's so much there. And then they tell me their life story. And they're like, I just don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know what to do. I don't know what else to try. And then I just like, I just see it and I'm just like you don't have to do anything more. It's not about fixing. It's not about changing. It's not about doing more. It's just like you just learned the wrong lesson. Like something happened in your story. This big event happened and you put so much meaning. You gave so much meaning around it. Like this happened to me when I was a child. My dad did this to me, or you know, I grew up and then this happened to me and my mom did this and my dad and my relationships, and you're just like in a loop. Like, this happened to me, this happened to me. And then it's like, okay, what are you gonna do with it? What meaning are you going to give it? What meaning have you put on this situation? Like you should have seen me like I mean it was like I don't even know what 2 years ago. I can't even remember. But this thing happened to me and I gave it so much meaning and it disempowered me so much. Like who here can think about something in your like that's happened to you, a story that you've just played out in your head and you've given so much meaning to it. Like drop in the chat something. Like has that happened where it's just like I just can't get over it. I can't get over. I can't get over how that happened to me. Mm. And then you create an identity around it. And that identity creates your life. So you have to really see like how this has all played a role in where you're at. And I'm not saying that you weren't hurt. I'm not saying that what happened to you wasn't awful. I'm not saying that what happened to you wasn't super painful, because I'm sure it was. But as the adult woman that you are now, what magic are you going to create from it? What is your art going to look like? Can you learn the right lesson so that it doesn't keep repeating? Don't let it keep repeating. Okay. Okay, so this is like this is kind of like a funny slide because we're all talking about being adults here, but we're just going to go into little Disney princess syndrome because I think a lot of us were taught feminine from a very disempowering place. So like we have the old Disney princesses that is like a man come and saves me. He takes all my pain away. I'm nothing but a woman unless a man loves me and chooses me and wants me. And I'm basically powerless. I'm kind of helpless. I really don't have much going on for myself besides a man needing to save me. Do we all agree that that's kind of how, like, what we saw growing up? um, and okay, so, but now we have these like really powerful, like badass women that are like fighting crime. They are just like crushing. I mean, literally, I've been watching some of the Disney movies now, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like we have just gone from one extreme to the other. Like now the men are like just soft and like mushy and like oh I can't do anything. Like I mean, look at Hunger Games. Have you guys watch Hunger Games? Like how she's so in love with Peeta, and like Peeta is just like I don't even know what he does sometimes, but it's like it's like we have gone from one extreme to the other. So fast forward to today, it's like we're the ones climbing the towers, slaying the dragons, and rescuing the prince. Like that is like what like we're seeing. It's like the and you can talk to your girlfriends. How many women feel like, oh, like I'm just like it's literally like you're trying to save him. Like you're like you're trying to save a prince. It's ridiculous. Um and so there were some good things that were taught to us from childhood of wanting, you know, wanting a marriage, wanting union, embracing a man's strength, you know, really loving a man that can protect and provide and like, you know, be that masculine energy. Like it's so funny. Like I talk to women like now and they're like, wait, we fought for this? Like like, hold on, you meant we fought this hard so that we could be working this hard? Like, hold on, what happened? So it's like there's extremes, you know, it's like we don't want to go from one end to the other. But I want to teach you ladies, like, if we were to embrace there's 7 different archetypes that are really, really beautiful, that like I'm gonna teach in much more depth about. But if we could find a way to like embody the maiden, embody the queen, embody the huntress, embody the wild woman, like, these are all different archetypes that are inside of us, but we're not integrating them. And a lot of us are staying in like the huntress, the warrior one. So we want to find a balance here. Is that making sense, ladies? Like how we have gone from two different opposite extremes. So why healthy men seek healthy feminine is because like a man that really wants to provide, protect, and cherish you, he is not looking to compete with you. He doesn't want to fight with you. He doesn't want to try to convince you. He doesn't want to try to put you in your feminine either. He wants you to like, he wants you to cherish yourself, because only when you cherish yourself can a man cherish you. Does that make sense? Like, he cannot cherish you, love you more, provide boundaries for, like, a couple of you ladies talked about boundaries. Like, boundaries aren't for men to have with you. They are for you to have with men that you then have to enforce with men. No man is going to have boundaries with you. You have to set them and then you have to enforce them. And this isn't even in dating. This is also in relationships. This is also when you're dating. Like, you have boundaries that you set even before, and you have to enforce them now as you're dating. Like, Mason did not come to my house. No, I'm sorry, not come to my, no, yeah, he didn't come to my house for the first month of dating. We didn't have sex for 3 months. I did not allow him into my house until the 2nd month. I didn't allow him into my bedroom until the 3rd month. It was like very clear boundaries that I was like, no reason why you need to be in my house, because we ain't doing nothing. No reason for me to be in your house because I'm not having sex. No reason for you to come into my bedroom because that's what happens in the bedroom. Like, you have boundaries for yourself, ladies. Like, you are the prize, you are the gift, you are the treasure, you are the pearl, you are the diamond. But if you keep selling yourself on sale or free, you lose the value of it. Like, you can't cherish something that is given freely. It doesn't happen like that. Like, I was talking to someone who, like, very successful woman, just got a Mercedes, like beautiful Mercedes. And she had like a one night stand with a guy, and we were talking, and I was just asking her, like, you worked really hard to get that Mercedes. And she's like, yeah, I did. And I asked her, like, would you allow a stranger that you don't know, his driving history, you don't really know anything about him, would you let him drive your new Mercedes around for the day? And she was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I was like, well, then why would you let him enjoy the most precious part of you, the most intimate part of you? The part of you that literally exchanges spiritual energies when you are intimate with someone. Like, you literally cannot get closer to someone when they are physically inside of you. Like, there's no way to get closer. Like, that's as close as you get to someone. Someone is quite literally inside of you. But yet we think it so casually. We think it's so unimportant. We think it doesn't really matter. And then sometimes when maybe we go on like the celibate journey, and then it's like, oh my gosh, I can't do this anymore. I'm just going to like hook up and have sex. It's not that simple. And I want you to think, like, would you let them drive your new Mercedes? Probably not. So let's not let him drive the most precious thing that you have. Okay, so masculine men, like they want softness, they want grace, they want a woman who knows how to receive. This is where we make the difference of like feminine is not about the way you present yourself. Like you can be the finest woman out and still be so wounded or so masculine. Your energy is your natural power, like your strength, your openness. That is your power. When you embody this, you stop chasing, you start attracting the love that you desire. Like you can still operate in your masculine for certain things, but you have to start getting to the place where it's like, I want to receive, I want to embrace, I want to feel this love. And I'm not going to block myself anymore from having it. Like it's not going to be conditional in my life. I'm not going to wait for love, life, joy, adventure to happen. I'm going to experience it now. This is your natural power. And when you start rising to that standard, the men that you meet are on that standard. But when you're down here and you're in this lack, scarcity, struggle mindset, everything is going to drop down here. And that is the match that you're going to be attracting. And if you are always, if you're the one that feels like, I don't need a man, I can do it myself, it's better off if I just do it myself anyways. Like if you try taking the man's role, don't be upset when you end up in the man's role in life and in your relationship. You can't be upset about that when you're constantly, quite literally, like fighting to be in it. A man is either going to give up and be like, you know what, screw it. I can't win. I can't win. You be the man. You can't win. Do ladies do you want that? I don't think we want that. Okay, so this is where we are embodying our queen energy. Like this is the archetype that embodies all other archetypes. And this is where you really, really feel aligned with who you are. This is not like an end game. This is always embracing life, whatever comes to you, alchemizing your pain into power, slaying your shame, living your truth, experiencing life with unconditional joy, being you, getting rid of all the shame, all the pain, all the things that you're trying to hide. So this is really like when men and even and not just like any man, even the ones that you're in relationship with, like this is when they're just like, wow, like this is like something is different about you. You're more open. You're more willing to receive. You become magnetic. But you have to start doing all these other things first. Okay, so like let's take a second here. Like actually I'll go to one. So this is where we're reconnecting with our feminine power. Like this is like when this is happening now. Like it's time to come back to who you truly are, your wisdom, your power, your natural way of being. Like we are so caught up, ladies, trying to protect our fears, our triggers, our wounds, our shame. It's energy that's literally being wasted. Like, do you feel tired all the time? I can almost guarantee it's because you are literally trying to block, you're trying to avoid, you're trying to resist what has happened, and you're trying to put on this like fake facade in front of it all. Do you see how draining that is? Like trying to stop and block who you really are and all the power that's inside of you. Like you ladies have so much power, so much power. And even when things are painful, as a queen, you breathe into them, you feel them. You don't avoid the pain. You feel into it, and then you decide, I can handle this. Life is giving me something. How am I going to turn it into gold? How am I going to alchemize it? This is the missing piece, ladies. Like, this is what is holding and blocking you. Okay, so let's take a moment. I want you to drop in the chat, like, what is like the, like, just, I'm thinking about that little like emoji with his little like brain, like, ah. Like, what is your big light bulb moment? What is your aha moment? What is like, let's see if I can, oh, I don't think it comes up. Like, what are you really like taking from all of this? Because it's, I mean, it's been a ton of new information, ladies. So drop it in the chat. Like, what are you getting? Yep, turning pain into power. Things happen for you, selling myself short. We give things so much meaning that it's creating your boundaries. Start being more vulnerable. I'm worthy. Yes, 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 yes. Application from time to time. Yep. And that's why this is like so, so important to be plugged in to groups like this, because it's really hard to apply it when you're doing it by yourself. Like really, really hard to apply when you're doing it by yourself. And I know some of you don't have your cameras on, but I'd still love to hear, like, in the chat if you can. I define myself based on a trauma which affects my life. Yep. So in your life that has happened to you that you cannot turn. Using your shame and letting go of the energy so you can be open and accepting. Yes, 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 yes. So beautiful. Yeah. Ladies, like, I've experienced such a massive shift recently. Like, I can't even explain it to you. And the way that I found it was plugged into this woman's mastermind. And I felt like something like shifted, something clicked where I was just like, this like weighted vest that I'm walking around with, like, I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna let it go. I'm not gonna hold it anymore. And I'll just say, like, even the thought of releasing it has opened me up to so much more opportunities, possibilities, and love. Like, I have finally just internally made the decision, and I'm being supported by like so many other like incredible women, and I have my coach, and I just got to the point where it's like all the shame that I have carried in my life, I'm finally deciding to free it. And not only am I deciding to free it, but like I'm gonna make the most beautiful, epic art with it. Like, I'm going to shout it out from the rooftops, and I'm not going to let it hold me back anymore. And not only will this unlock for you in your love life, even in your current relationships, whether you have children, in your business, in your career, like, it will unlock this floodgates of just energy because you're not blocking it anymore. Like, you are the only one that's blocking it. Nobody else is blocking your potential. Nobody else is blocking love. You are not allowing yourself to feel it for whatever reason. I mean, we named like 100 different reasons. Okay, so is this all making sense with you, ladies? Like, is everyone like, is everyone grasping all of this? Okay, so, oh, wow. Okay, actually, one more question. Um, if you were to really start integrating this, like how much inspiration, how much joy do you think you could feel on a daily basis? Like if you could just let go of that weighted vest and just feel this energy running through you every day, like this joy, this openness, this love, this acceptance. And maybe just like share, like, where are you at right now? Like on a 1 to 10. Like, how much easier could this be? How much easier could life be? How much easier could love feel if you really allowed love, joy, inspiration to just flow through you unconditionally? Like, how much better do you think life would feel for you? How much closer do you think you'd be feeling the love that you desire? How much closer would you be in maybe even your business success? Maybe in your dreams, maybe in that passion that you have, like there's a dream inside of you and you're just like, gosh, like I want to create this art, but I don't know how. Like how much closer do you think you could be to all of those things if you just allowed yourself to have unconditional joy, unconditional inspiration, happiness, love just around you, full inside of you all the time? And that's exactly why I have created this workshop. That's exactly why I've created like the containers that I have for you ladies to work with me. Like, and that's exactly why now, like, drum roll, like I said, ladies, like if this is something that